Good evening and welcome to the Jessieville School District Annual Title I Report to the Public. Thank you for joining us tonight from your home or wherever you are, watching us either on Facebook Live or YouTube. We appreciate you joining. My name is Melissa Spears and I'm the superintendent of the Jessieville School District. I also help take care of our federal programs, of which Title I is one of those. So tonight, it is important to us as the Department of Education checks to make sure that we've held our meeting. It's important to us that we have sign-in sheets. And because you're not here in person, we'd like for everyone who is watching to please, in the comments section, put your name, whether you are a parent/guardian, a community member, a staff member, possibly a student. Put that in the comments section so that then we have a list of who joined us for tonight. Also, as we go through this presentation, if you have any questions about anything that I go over, please also, you can put in the comments section. That will be monitored throughout the evening and we will be able then to answer those questions. All right, so we will get started. So first of all, what is Title I? Title I is a federal program, the purpose of which is to ensure that all children have fair, equal, and significant opportunities to a high-quality education and that they reach their readiness standards on the state assessments. All three of the Jessieville schools participate in Title I, with the Jessieville elementary and middle schools being school-wide Title I schools, which means that every student in those schools benefits equally, and there's a lot more flexibility in how we spend our money. The Jessieville High School is a targeted assisted school, which means the dollars that are spent from Title I in the high school are more targeted toward reaching those lower achieving students, those students most in need academically. For the current 2020-21 school year, our Title I allotment was almost $500,000. So those are extra additional dollars that come from the federal government through the Department of Education for us to spend on extras, supplemental things to meet the academic needs of our students. Title I Part A has certain requirements as to how we spend that money and the types of things that it can be spent on. Any programs that we spend our money on have to be based on proven, effective means of improving student achievement. We can't go and buy ice cream cones every week for students because that has no, or not that I'm aware of, has no significant research-based improvement on student achievement. So it has to be something that's going to help students improve in our core subjects. We also have to use it on strategies that support parent engagement, things that help get parents involved in their children's education and in our school buildings. All of these are included in our school improvement plans, all of the different ways that we utilize this and the different programs that we have. And if you're interested in looking at those school improvement plans, you can find those on the school district website. And I'll follow this link here, I think. Maybe not. Might have to exit. Let's see. Let's try this. Okay. We'll come back to that here in a little bit. That can show you where that link is. But all of our school improvement plans tailored to each building on the Jessieville website. As parents and guardians, you have certain rights under the Title I program. You have the right to be involved in the Title I program, and by your participation tonight, you are being involved in that. You have the right to participate in how the money is spent. You have the right to know if our teachers meet the state and licensing qualifications for every grade and subject that they are teaching. And this year, every teacher that is teaching in the Jessieville School District is licensed and qualified for the subject area and the grade level that they are teaching. You also have the right to request the qualifications of the paraprofessionals that work with your students. I can also say that every paraprofessional in the Jessieville School District has met the highly qualified requirements to be a paraprofessional with your children. One of the things that we need to talk about in this meeting is our curriculum. Every K-12 teacher is fully implementing the Arkansas standards related to their subject area. Our K-12 teachers who teach science are implementing the next generation science standards. Our teachers have spent many, many hours unpacking the standards, which just means that they've taken those standards and they've gone through them one by one, digging down deep to find out what that standard really addresses and how they as a teacher can meet that standard in their classroom in the content. Students who come through the Jessieville High School have an opportunity to take many different digital learning courses. We have Chromebooks. We are one-to-one Chromebooks in all buildings on our campuses. Our K-1 students have access to iPads, which will soon be replaced. We have placed an order for our K-1 students. We are moving to a Chrome tablet, which is still a tablet device for those students. Our iPads are reaching the end of their life, and so we will be replacing those with a Chrome tablet. Our high school students also have the opportunity by the time they leave high school to graduate with a community service learning credit that can be earned by various ways of serving the community, volunteer hours and different things. And then we also have a program that we call our Hub program, and maybe there's a student for whatever reason. It can be a family reason. It can be just a medical reason. It can be whatever, a reason specific to that student that they don't function well, can't function in a normal classroom setting. The Hub program allows that student to earn the right or the privilege of continuing their education at home, and they log in and they do their work online, and then it can meet that whatever that specific need is for that student. This Hub program, I believe we're in our third year with that program, and it has been very successful in meeting the needs of some of those students that were struggling in the traditional classroom. Part of having a Title I program means that we have to assess our student progress. We have multiple methods of assessing student progress on the Jessieville campus. One of those is K-2 students have to be tested using DIBELS, which is, it tests their reading level and their reading growth. We also use the NWEA MAP assessment. You may have heard your children come home and talk about, we took the MAP test today. That's not a geography test, but that is a test in 4 areas: reading, language, math, and science. It is, we've been doing this MAP testing since approximately 2013. So if your child has been here since 2013, they've got that many years of data that we're able to track and follow their growth in those areas. We found that to be a very rich piece of data in student achievement. Our K-8 students also take the STAR reading assessment, and they have access to accelerated reader assessments as well. Our teachers are using the Aspire periodics, which they are similar to the Aspire testing that those students will take at the end of the year, the state assessment. So those are some in-the-moment tests that the teachers can take and then monitor and intervene with those students in areas where they might need some extra attention. We also do common formative assessments among the teachers. And we have a reading intervention program for K-12 students, for those students who might be struggling and might need some extra interventions. We also have to look at indicators of academic performance of our schools as part of the Title I program. Part of that, part of those indicators are they look at student performance on our statewide assessments. They look at student academic growth on statewide assessments. For our high school, they look at the graduation rate. Our schools are rated based on graduation rates. And then they also look at ELL progress in acquiring English, how our English language learners are progressing toward proficiency in the English language. So on those statewide assessments, there are some expected proficiency levels, and students are classified in the following categories based on those Aspire scores. Now, for the 2019-2020 school year, because of the coronavirus and schools were shut down in March through the end of the year, summative assessments for that year, we did not take those. So they won't have any for that year. But had we had those, and for the years prior, students are, based on their scores, will either be in need of support, close, ready, or exceeding. And at this point in the presentation, Kendall Glomsky, our Director of Curriculum, is going to come, and she's going to talk to you about our annual school report card and some different things as part of the Title I program.
Thank you, Ms. Spears. I'm going to use the touch screen. Maybe. Swipe. Now I know how our teachers feel when technology doesn't work all the time. There we go. All right, so the first thing I want us to look at is a website that the state of Arkansas put together. It's called My School Info. And that is where we can find a lot of our school district information. Try to get it with this pad here. I'm going to exit out of this so I can get to the website. Sorry for the difficulties. You can just exit. I know what's next. Thank you, Alex, for helping me out. The My School Info page will allow you to look not only at our school district, but any school district in the state. And you can compare the school districts. You can look at the millage rates. You can look at the test scores. You can look at teacher qualifications. You can look at expenditures for the school districts. It's loading. This is where I should do a dance. There we go. Stick around. Stick around, Alex. I'm going to need you again. to click on it one more time. So how about we go back to the district page, and I will talk about the parental involvement. So on our school pages, this is our website. On our school pages, we have our parent guardian resources. We have our student resources. Under families and students. Under schools, we have each school listed. And if you choose a school, can you click on elementary for me? It's okay. And we'll scroll down. On down. All right, we have our family engagement plans for our school district. We're going to go to our state required information. It's okay. State required information, and when you get there, you will see our, scroll down a little bit more, school improvement plans. There they are, right here. Okay, so we're going to look at Jessieville Elementary School Improvement Plan first. And you can see what the goals are for the school. You see our mission there. We see that Jessieville Elementary's priority is attendance. If you'll scroll up, Alex. Keep going. Then there's literacy. Their goal is when provided with appropriate instruction, they want to increase the K2 grade students to be at or above the norm RIT, which goes back to those MAP testing, those MAP assessments that Ms. Spears was talking about. They also use the DIBELS assessment, their RISE assessments, and their ASPIRE assessments to determine that. So that's where you can find the school improvement plans. And then, if you'll scroll up, please. Right here to the district family engagement plan. One of the other roles that I have at Jessieville is the district family and parental engagement facilitator. And one of our, I think that was last year's. Go back one more. You can find our parent and family engagement plan for the last 3 years at that site. We've tried to offer a variety of parental involvement activities this year, or last year. We did some things on social media, some human trafficking, things like that. So if you have an idea that you would like to be presented, if you will get in touch with me, I'll be more than happy to see what we can do to get some activities together that you all are interested in. All right, we can go back to PowerPoint. And we will open it up for any questions or comments that you may have about our Title I report to the public. I believe Mr. Packard is checking those comments and questions. And if you don't have any questions for us, we will start with the technology piece. So we've got to close this meeting out, and we will adjourn this meeting, and we are going to begin our parental involvement meeting and technology. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Alex Reed, our district technology coordinator, who is going to show our parents and our students some of our websites that we have that can help with any technology issues that you guys have at home.
Sorry, let me check one thing before I go back there. I'm sorry. Just need to make sure that I'm getting through on the audio. All right.
Alex has done a phenomenal job trying to get us ready for our, not only our presentation this evening, but our presentation of school this year with COVID and the different challenges that we have faced and our teachers have faced and our students have faced throughout the year. So thanks, Alex.
Thank you. All right. So just a couple of things. Of course, you all know where the school website's at. But there's some stuff under the Parents and Guardians page. If you go down here and click into the Families and Students, actually, I clicked on the wrong one. It's Parent and Guardian Resources. Under there, you're going to see different things like how to access Hack and some other links, but we're more worried about today is the parent links. I think that's the right one. On this, you'll see, we've got the Jessville YouTube channel for things like tonight, and then, of course, our Facebook channel. Student and parent technology tutorial, though, is one thing I was wanting to show you. On this Sheets, this is a Google Sheets here, it actually goes down and breaks down several different pieces of the apps. So things like Google Drive, how that functions. Google Classroom be over here on this left-hand side or right-hand side as you're looking at it. So if there's ever any time you want to see what your student needs to know or see how it works, you can go in here, and these are videos that have been done by other people that are not associated with Jessville. They're just on YouTube. But they'll show you kind of how it works, how it functions, and what your kids need to know on, turning in assignments and different things of that. The one thing that might have some stuff, which I've got to do some videos on, since school has started, those of you that are virtual, know that we use Google Meets for our virtual students. And for when we have our catastrophic event, everybody will be on a Google Meets, Google meeting. They have added a lot of features just since August to this. So I'm gonna add some videos to this, probably in the spring. It just takes me a little bit to get videos done, but on showing how these things function and what they do, because there's different things like the teachers can now turn on and off chat features. They can turn on and off the ability to share screens. Some of those things that kind of help the teachers to manage their classes better and to show things of that nature. And I guess that's pretty much all I really wanted to show from this today, unless there's any specific questions about needing any more information about how these things work. Oh yes, thank you, Kendall. All right, also under the parent pages here, let me go back. I think that's under the, is that under the parent links? Kendall, you remember? If your child ever has problems with their Chromebook and the K-1 students with their iPads, sorry, I'm having trouble navigating our own page. Let me go back one. Yeah, that's where I thought it was. It's just taking it directly to Hack. Yeah. That's where I was at. Oh. Sorry. I'm just like any other tech guy. I'm just like any other tech guy. I'm used to being in the background and not seen. All right, so if you see on the main page that's pulled up there, at the bottom there's actually a link. It's support at JSD line. If you'll send an email to that link with your issue and your student's name, so I kind of know where to start looking at problems, me or my assistant, Chris Davis, one of us will get back with you as soon as possible. Now, if you're sending an email at 8 o'clock at night, we probably won't send one back to you till about 7 or 8 o'clock the next day. But we will get back with you. So if there's anything else, just shoot an email. If you just have a question, send it to that, and we'll start tracking down an answer for you. All right, if there's no questions, then on behalf of the Jesville School District, you got a question? I want to turn it back over to Ms. Spears, and she'll close us out.
Okay. All right, we want to again thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you found this information helpful. Please know that we are here if you need assistance. If there's anything we can do, please reach out to us. You can reach out either to your building principal, you can reach out to Mrs. Glomsky, you can reach out to me. Alex is wonderful also to help with those technology issues. So again, thank you for your support and for being here, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas.